Library is known to offer students a place where they can go to use computers, study, check out books, and quietly catch up with friends. However, this library has a lot more to offer than just popular reads. The 4E is taking time this week to visit the 7th and 4th floors and to meet some staff behind the scenes to catch a glance at what is happening and who works at the Cofrin.
When you think of archives, is you think of something old and musty and yucky and dusty. Well, we do have that too. But an archives is also newer things. Our archives are open to anybody, and literally we have people from all over the world come here. Every summer we have a gentleman from the Netherlands who comes for 2 weeks and he does his research. We had a treasure hunter in a few weeks ago. He wouldn't tell us very much about his research though, it was very secretive. We have students of all ages, we have faculty members, we have UWGB classes, St. Norbert classes, community members. They might be trying to figure out how old their house is, what ghosts might be living in their house, trying to find their grandparents coming to America. So we help people of all ages, all skill levels, all interests. I'm very passionate about my job, and people have called me an archives evangelist, an archivist evangelist, meaning that I will talk to anybody anytime about archives and figure out how we can connect an archives in your life somehow. The campus was originally not the Phoenix, it was originally called the Bay Badgers. So an alum brought in this pennant for me, and it gives me an idea of what that original mascot might have looked like, the Bay Badgers. So this is one of the original plans of what the campus was to look like. It was done in 1968, and it was to show us what the campus was going to be like in 1976, when they expected there to be 20,000 students on campus. Right now we have 6,600. It's fun to look at the original master plan and to see what we have accomplished and what might left to be accomplished. This particular collection is another one of my favorites. It consists of 500 letters of courtship between 2 college students who are from the area. They do end up getting married, so I can tell you the ending. Spy on the lives, if you will, of these 5 different individuals in the family, and to read their correspondence. It provides you such a great understanding of World War II that you can never achieve in a history book. This Fur Trader's account book, and you can see it still has the hide on it from the 1700s, and we can learn about fur trading from this. I find myself connecting my job to life. I drive around the city, I will say, oh yeah, that local A&W on University Avenue, it really used to be the blacksmith shop. I have every letter that I ever received when I left home from college, or left home from high school, and I have them all in date order already. They're all in my acid-free folders, in my acid-free archives boxes, on a shelf, labeled, ready to be donated someday to an archives. Or maybe I'll chicken out and they'll be burned. We'll see.
I love to read. I'm sitting up here, and all these new books come in, and they just come right past my nose, and it's a terrible temptation. I take care of everything that comes into the library on a serial basis. So it's newspapers, journals, magazines, electronic subscriptions, microfilm, print, you name it. I stayed home and I raised a family before I went back to school. I graduated from here in '93, and then I will have been here 20 years in January. And I always say, all my life I went to the library and it was great. Now I go to the library and they pay me to show up. What's better than that? My friends were starting to go to work. My children were leaving the nest. I did have a son actually at school here. And I don't know, I couldn't see myself, doing anything that I was equipped to do. And I always loved school. And I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll go back to school. And I did. And then they hold a gun to your head and they say, okay, now you've got to declare a major or leave. So I took humanistic studies because that was the one that allowed me to stay the longest. And do the most reading and avoid the most math.
My son made the origami cranes because 9 cranes is good luck. So that's what catalogers do. They describe things so that you can find it later. I study martial arts. I'm a 5th degree black belt in open hand karate. I'm a 3rd degree black belt in Okinawan weapons. And now I'm studying Filipino knife fighting called a screama. Son got us started on it. He was a little first grader who was excited about Ninja Turtles and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And then he had cousins who took karate in Wausau. They came to a tournament here and they got trophies. Oh, he was so excited you get trophies. 5 Laws of Librarianship by S.I. Ranganathan. Books are for use. Every book its reader, every reader his book. Save the time of the reader. And a library is a growing organism. And that's Ranganathan.
This is just a small handful of the people who work behind the scenes at the Cofrin Library by providing their assistance to both students and their community. Is there someone you think deserves recognition or has an interesting job and/or hidden talent? Share your comments and thoughts with us at our Facebook page, the Fourth Estate Newspaper, or online at www.fourthestatenewspaper.com.